Just you wait to listen for the storm. Hear the difference in the wind. When dark clouds form and start to turn, I'll run again. Far away when the hurricane comes in.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about a piece of equipment that I take with me in the field no matter what. This is a non-negotiable. This thing comes with me on every single trip because I never know when I'm going to need it, and that is exactly why I have it. What is it that I'm talking about? It is my satellite device, specifically the Zolio. Now, the Zolio satellite device is something that I have been using for several years now, and it has impacted my hunts in a very positive way. There are a lot of different reasons why I love the Zolio device and why I keep it with me on my hunts. First and foremost is safety. Having a satellite device that is reliable and well built and just very user-friendly is a massive, massive advantage to having myself feel safe in the field, as well as all of my family members and friends be able to contact me, know that I'm safe, all of the above. You never know what could actually happen when we do what we do as hunters, and we owe it to our friends and family back home to have one of these on our person. So what is the Zolio? Well, the Zolio is a satellite communication device that utilizes the Iridium satellite network. The Iridium satellite network is the most trustworthy, the most reliable satellite network, period. You might have heard with some of the cell phone companies out there that they are now offering satellite communication with your cell phone. The problem with a cell phone, they are brittle. They can break. They don't have very long battery life in comparison to a satellite device that is dedicated to a satellite device. This thing has over 200 hours of battery life, while this, I don't know. Even in airplane mode, I might get a couple days out of it. I use this primarily for my maps, my Onyx features where I am hiking, I'm dropping pins, I'm checking on things as I go. One of the biggest problems with a cell phone and the respective carrier's satellite technology is you have to point it directly at a satellite. First, you got to find the satellite and point it there. And then once it actually gets connected with that satellite, you send a message through. You have to wait. It might go through, it might not. It's very, very iffy, and you have to directly point it at a satellite. Well, if you are busted up and having a bad time, say you fell off a rock ledge and you're just mangled, all you can do is reach over and hit your SOS button. That's going to save your life. Otherwise, you would have to fumble around, try to find your cell phone, point it in the direction of the satellite. Oh, there's a satellite. Hope it goes through. Hope I have enough battery to actually communicate with somebody on the other side. There's a lot of flaws that can come with truly relying on your cell phone for satellite communication and saving your life. Again, this is like a non-negotiable for me. If I know I'm going to be hunting in an area that has no cell coverage, regardless of how dangerous the situation I might think it is, I'm going to be bringing the Zolio with me. I have communication at all times with my loved ones back home. I can check in with them periodically. I can check the weather. This thing's got a lot of different features aside from the life-saving side of things. Really, when it comes down to it, the cell phone has its own purpose for a lot of different things. The purpose of the Zolio for me is to communicate with my friends and family, let them know that I'm okay, check in with them periodically, know I'm going to have enough battery life to do that through the duration of the entire hunt. And if anything goes wrong, the SOS button is right here under a little door that I can just flip open, hold down, and I know that help is on the way. All of my information is given to the first responders. It's just such a peace of mind when you're out there doing what we do as hunters and putting ourselves in positions where you never know, something could happen. Now, as I mentioned with the Zolio, there's a ton of different features that come along with it in the Zolio app. So the Zolio app is something that you're going to install on your cell phone. And again, you might be using your cell phone for communication back and forth with friends and family, just talking and texting. But when it actually comes down to my cell phone's not working anymore, the battery's shut off, it got crushed under a rock, whatever it is, the cell phone does not matter when it comes to actually sending a check-in, a breadcrumb trail to your emergency contacts, and an SOS signal to first responders. All of that is going to be able to be done no matter what, whether you have a cell phone working or not. The other cool thing is you can save a ton of battery life on your cell phone if you do all of your messaging through the Zolio app. flip your cell phone onto airplane mode. You're going to save all of that battery power. You're not having to constantly connect and disconnect with towers or search and roam for towers. Just run your cell phone in airplane mode, use the Zolio device with the Zolio app, text your friends and family super seamlessly. So a lot of my buddies use satellite devices, including the Zolio. My buddy Wes and my brother Ethan last year on our elk hunt, they both had the Zolio device, and we were able to communicate with each other very seamlessly, letting each other know, hey, I'm headed back to the trailhead, I'm hiking off, I'm not going to be back at camp for another 3 hours. Just whatever it is that we need to communicate through the SMS and the app that Zolio provides. Again, if my cell phone were to die, I can just hit the little check-in button right here, and it's going to send a message to Ethan and Wes, letting them know my location and letting them know that I'm okay. I can even customize the message and tell them whatever I want to tell them. There's so many different ways that I can communicate with people while my cell phone is actually dead. As I mentioned, the check-in feature. So if you click this little check mark button right here, it's going to send an automatic message to all of my emergency contacts or my check-in contacts that I set up through the Zolio app. Those contacts are going to get a location, an actual pin, I mean dropped on a map of where I'm at, no matter where I'm at. They're going to know I'm okay, I'm safe. It sends out a message, and I actually just use it as like a daily check-in when I'm gone out of service on my longer hunts, those 10-day hunts, mule deer and elk out west where I absolutely don't have any service. I send a check-in no matter what when I get back to camp at night. That way, all of my friends and family, whoever I have listed as my emergency contacts and my check-in contacts, know that I made it back to camp safely. With the check-in feature, you can actually set up something called Location Share Plus, and you set that up through the app, but it basically drops breadcrumbs. So along your trail, your contacts, whoever you set up as your contacts, are going to get breadcrumbs throughout the day. You can set the intervals to whatever you want, but it will automatically send your contacts a notification of your exact whereabouts every 4 hours or every however you want to set it up with your intervals. But it's, again, just another safety feature, another peace of mind for your friends and family at home to know what's going on. Now, if you don't want anybody to know where you're at until you actually have an emergency, you don't have to have that set up. It is absolutely a separate feature that is not going to be tracking you no matter what. I get it. As hunters, we absolutely want to keep our spots pretty dang secretive. Not everybody needs to know exactly where we're hunting, but if something goes wrong, guess what? You're going to want people to know where you're hunting. If you are in need of somebody's help, emergency help, something happens, all you have to do is hold the SOS button. You flip this open. There you've got your SOS right there. You hold it, it's going to make some noise and do a little flash and light thing. Make sure that you've got this in the open so that there's no obstructions to any satellite. This thing will pretty much communicate wherever, but make sure that this is in an open area. Just lay it on the ground next to you. Or if you can't lay it on the ground, keep it on your person. It's going to communicate. If something happens, no matter what it is, if you need emergency help, you have it right here in the palm of your hand. Device sharing. The Zolio can actually be shared amongst whoever has a Zolio account and their own activation setup. So one device can service multiple people. Maybe you've got a buddy who's heading out to the mountains, you're going to be home, and he didn't buy the device himself, but he's willing to sign up for a plan to stay in communication. He can take your Zolio device as well. Multiple people can be connected to the same device, and as long as they have their own app and subscription set up, they can use the device. Another huge benefit of the Zolio device over a cell phone is dust resistant, water resistant, shock resistant, way higher than any cell phone is going to provide. This thing can handle some serious abuse. If it goes rolling down a mountain, hitting rocks on the way down, it's going to be okay. It's going to take that shock and eat it. If it's taking on water during a rainstorm, if it's taking on a bunch of dust while you're hiking on the trails, nothing's going to be wrong with this thing. It's got all the different sealed ports. It's shock resistant, water resistant, and dust resistant. So very, very durable device. You're not going to have any problems with this thing like you might have with a cell phone. Now, one of my absolute favorite things about having this on my person is the peace of mind and the confidence to go further. There was a time when I hunted Colorado solo. It was a several-week trip. Previous to going out to Colorado, I'd actually injured my back. I'd slipped a disc while I was at the gym. Had a horrible time with it. I missed my entire mule deer hunt in Utah, and I barely got enough confidence in my back to go out and do an elk hunt in Colorado. All of my buddies had already done their hunts. I had the tag. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to miss this. I got to get out. I got to do something. And I literally was hiking around the mountains of Colorado with a back brace on. Not ideal, right? I didn't have a Zolio device at that time for the first half of that hunt. The entire first half of that hunt, in the back of my head, I was just thinking, man, if I slip my disc again, if I tweak my back again, and I'm 4 or 5 miles deep here in Colorado, nobody knows where the heck I'm at. I have no means of communication, zero service whatsoever. The whole time it was just weighing on my mind. I was still doing the hunt, not very smart, not having communication with anybody, but the whole time I'm just like, what are we doing, dude? This is so dumb. What if I kill a bull back here and I need help? So I got back to camp and I started thinking about it, and about halfway through that hunt, I decided to make a trip to a Cabela's that was like 3-4 hours away. I went, they had a Zolio that was this exact Zolio. I purchased it. I set up the plan in the parking lot, and I drove back to the unit and continued hunting with way more confidence. I mean, like night and day confidence. I set up all my emergency contacts. I set up all of my check-in contacts. My communication across everybody was completely seamless. And it gave me, like I say, the peace of mind and the confidence to finish out that hunt and not worry about it. I mean, it was literally a game changer getting back out of the truck and putting my boots on to hike the mountain again, knowing that I had this thing on my backpack, knowing that I had a what if communication to emergency services, a hey, I'm okay communication to my friends and family back home. When I would get back to camp or finish out a hunt, no matter what, I could communicate with people when I didn't have service. And that was a massive game changer in terms of peace of mind and how far I was willing to push it on that specific hunt. Now, after having learned and experienced those advantages on my solo hunt, I encouraged pretty much all of my buddies to grab a Zolio device themselves. Most of them did, and now we have seamless communication with each other while we're all on the mountain. So my buddy Wes could be hunting an entirely different side of the mountain than I am. My brother Ethan could be hunting a totally different meadow than where I'm at. I can be 3 or 4 miles deep away from anybody else. We're gonna have great communication with each other. We're gonna check in at 5 p.m. every single day, let each other know what's our plan. Are we gonna be heading back to camp? Are we spike camping for that night? What is the plan? If I show up at camp and nobody else is there, where is everybody? Did somebody shoot a bull? Does somebody need help packing out? Did somebody twist their ankle and they're laid up? Does somebody want to stop and take a break and maybe camp overnight where they're at, hunt the next morning? I don't know. I don't know any of that if I don't have a mean of communication to my hunting partners. Another benefit of having a satellite communication device, I just recently got married, and my wife deserves to know that I'm okay each and every day when I get back to camp. The type of hunts that I do, the places that I go, there is inherent risk with some of those hunts. Most of the places that elk and mule deer live can be very unforgiving terrain. Deadfall timber can snap your ankle, twist a leg, pop a knee just like that. It might just be a quick communication to a hunting partner who's only a couple miles away that, hey dude, this isn't an emergency situation in terms of like call life flight, but I did just break my ankle and I'm gonna need some help getting out of this place. Having the communication is just a massive, massive benefit to any hunt or any adventure that you plan on going on, solo or with buddies around you. Again, my wife back home deserves to have the peace of mind that I'm okay each and every night, and I can text her throughout the day and let her know how the hunt is going. She can communicate to me back home what's going on at home. Is everything okay? Do I need to do something from where I'm at? Altogether, having a satellite device is a massive, massive benefit to you, your hunt, your friends and family, your peace of mind, and ultimately, it's just, why not? You gotta have something with you to communicate if something happens. Like, to me, it's a no-brainer. Now, if you've gotten this far in the video, you might be asking, do I work with Zolio? The answer is yes. Those guys believe in me, I believe in them. Did I buy this unit out of my own pocket and pay for the services myself for years? Yes. I went and bought the unit on my own. Zolio was something that gave me a massive advantage on my hunts, and I bought it my own money out of my own pocket. I paid for the services. Everything about this device was all me. Nothing was funded by Zolio for me running this device. I reached out to Zolio on my own this last year and asked if they would like to partner and work with me on some of my adventures, and they were willing to help me out, get behind me, and support my visions. Like I say, I have suggested this to my hunting buddies. They have paid for them on their own. I have paid for this device on my own, paid for the services, they paid for the services. This is all something that I would be pushing on all of my loved ones anyway, so I'm taking it to you guys. If you have not taken your safety seriously when it comes to communication, I highly advise it. It comes on all of my adventures where I absolutely know I'm not going to have service. Communicate with everybody I need to, and I have that SOS button in case you know what hits the fan and I need help. I have help right at my fingertips. With that, if you have decided that you want to check out a Zolio device for yourself, starting July 8th, which I believe is today or tomorrow, July 8th through July 11th, there's the Prime Day deals. You can get the Zolio device itself for $141. That's probably the best sale that you're going to get this entire year. 141 bucks for the device, and then if you use code Whitetail Fit, all caps, on your activation, you're going to get free activation for your Zolio device. Set the app up. The app is free. Start communicating with your friends and family. The Zolio has become one of the most important pieces of gear in my backpack. I know it will be for you as well. Get the peace of mind that you need on your hunts. Your family deserves it, your friends deserve it, and you deserve the peace of mind to have a satellite device with you that you can trust, that is rugged, robust. It can take the pressure. Your cell phone can't. If something happens, you don't want to be caught trying to point your cell phone at a satellite and then hope and pray that a message goes through and you receive a message back and get communications rolling with some type of emergency contact. All you got to do with this is hold down a button and people are on the way to help save your life. So anyway, appreciate you guys watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, be sure and hit the subscribe button, give this video a like, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace.
Listen for the storm. Hear the difference in the wind. When dark clouds form and start to turn